it's difficult to grasp. Because I'm never one to call myself some politics or some professional when it comes to politics. There's a word for that. Political macchiatos. I don't know. I'm not big into politics when it comes to knowing everything about what they do and how they go. But I definitely know when something's up. So Debbie Wasserman, she stepped down from her role of the Democratic National Committee head person, and it is admitted that they worked to undermine Bernie Sanders and to get Hillary Clinton as the nominee for the Democrats for the next president of the United States. How difficult would it be, or is it going to be, for Bernie Sanders to go out there in front of the people and speak and say, this is your best option for the President of the United States? After knowing that he was purposely undermined by the party that he represents. So they basically screwed him over, and now he has to go out and say, the person that they wanted over me is your best option to become the President of the United States. I know one thing, Ted Cruz, a lot of people booed Ted Cruz last week during the Republican National Convention because he would not endorse Donald Trump. He said, up and down the ticket, vote for what you want and vote for how you feel. And they booed him, but he stuck to his guns. He said, I am not going to endorse a man who insulted my wife, or a man who insulted my family, and a man who insulted my father. He said things like my father was part of this conspiracy to kill John F. Kennedy, and he said I'm not going to represent it. But I'd like to give a quick shout out to Derek, to Layla, shout outs to Spasian, shout outs to Chantel, the boss. What's going on, Derek? I appreciate all listeners. Remember, if you want to just come, if you're on Facebook Live, you can just go to my page and you can just click on the link of my handsome face and you can be in tune and watching the 5 o'clock shadow. You can also, if you want to get a shout out, text in, call 774-823-4394, and we can have what you said aired on masterfieldradio.com. And as always, I appreciate all you listeners and texters. So he has a lot to feel the burn. People still want him to run against Clinton. People do still want him to denounce Clinton and denounce actually the Republican Party. If I was him, I would. Like Ted Cruz denounced Donald Trump. But I think if Bernie Sanders does chill and not get too overzealous and does not go that route, he'll have a better chance in 4 years to run. So I think that would be the best course of action for him, to wait 4 years and then question everything. If he's not getting the votes, if he's not getting the delegates, question what the Democrats are doing. Are they behind this? Are they behind sabotaging him? Are they behind stopping him? But this Debbie Schultz lady, when those emails leaked, it just made all of them look bad. It turned a lot of people off. A lot of people don't trust the Democrats anymore. I'm one of them. I do not trust them. I would you know what? I can't vote for that. I can't support a party that will internally and behind someone's back eat their own. To me, that's the worst kind of people. The worst kind of people are the kind of people that say, shout outs to Diane, Lady Di. I'm sorry I forgot to shout you out. Shout outs to Eugene. Appreciate it. They booed Debbie Wasserman. Tried to come out in Florida earlier this morning and speak about, try to say something to kind of salvage this this convention, and she got booed profusely. No one heard a word she was saying. The boos were so loud, she just had to leave. Protesters held up signs that read Bernie, and emails shouted out shame as she spoke. And it is shameful. It just seems real. It makes them look really, really bad. I can't stress how bad it makes them look. So right now, the Democratic National Convention is going on. I know they're going to have Michelle Obama speak. They're going to have a whole bunch of other people. Barack Obama is going to speak. Who cares? And they're going to try to do their best to make good of this situation. But the purpose of this situation is to gain some momentum going into the later months. Back to school's coming, cold weather with the fall's coming, and voting is right around the corner in November. It's going to be coming here quicker than you think. So this is their time now to get their momentum, to get their platform, and to say this is what we're going to try to get voters to vote on going forward. But it doesn't look good for the Democrats right now. In all the polls, it shows Donald Trump winning, and I honestly think that if we voted today, Donald Trump would be the next president of the United States. And you know what? Nobody did it to them but themselves. Crooked after crooked act after crooked act after crooked act, they did it on their own. So, speaking of Obama, who happens to be my favorite president ever. Love that guy. Obama is the best president I think we've ever had in his 8 years. And there's certain things that you can bring up to prove that he's the best president we ever had. What other president reached the lowest union membership in a century? Obama. What president bailed out the auto industry but never got any of those workers who were laid off in the auto industry their jobs back? Obama. Who bailed out Wall Street bankers, but not the bank employees who lost their jobs? Obama. Who mandated people to buy from private insurances, thus causing the insurances to raise their rates as they saw fit? Take a wild guess. Obama. Obama is not the president that a lot of people think they were. And if you are a Christian, who was the president? Who was the president when they banned the 10 Commandments from the courthouse, from the courts? Just saying. I was drinking the Obama Kool-Aid for a long time. But I have grown and saw the errors of my ways. I've noticed that Obama has done nothing, and I say nothing, for people of color in the U.S. I mean, he had the rainbow on the White House. He forced it so that everybody could use the, different bathrooms. And I'm not hating on that, but what did he really do for people of color? What bill did he pass? What bill did he try to pass? Because the excuse that everybody uses is, Obama tried to do things, but he couldn't do anything because those Republicans stopped him. Last I checked, those Bible-thumping Republicans were not in support of letting anybody use a bathroom of their choosing. So he seemed to get some things done, even without the support of the Republicans. So to me, that's a go-to excuse. We got to stop with the go-to excuses for Obama. An update, the Democratic National Convention is now apologizing to Bernie Sanders for inexcusable leaks and his supporters. They are saying sorry that they're basically saying sorry that we screwed you. You know what it reminds me of? This is what it would feel like if I was Bernie Sanders. My mouth is going to get me in trouble. I feel like if Bernie Sanders, like the feeling, only thing that I can relate it to is if I went to the club, saw some hot little senora, and we got it on that night, and then right before she left, she said, "Oh yeah, I have an STD. I'm sorry," and then walked out. That's what the Democratic National Convention did to Bernie Sanders. Facts. Texter says that Obama put more minorities on welfare. That's actually not true. He kicked 2,200,000 people off of food stamps, but did nothing to help supplement their income in terms of jobs, in terms of education. So a lot of people are actually without food stamps now. I know that'll make some people happy, but those people are out of luck. But the Democrats, they really, really did Bernie Sanders dirty. And honestly,